This is the second batch I'm doing. I actually put I've still got my coffee beans down in the bottom, but I've changed how I'm doing them so that they're totally submerged all the time now, instead of floating halfway. The top one has a secret ingredient in it that I'm going to try casting once I stabilize it. And it should have a lot of air in it. So we are going to see how this stabilizes. So turning on my pump. And turning on my vacuum. We'll watch. A little bit of air coming out. Vacuum's going up. Watching the bubbles. Vacuum's going up. Okay, we got more bubbles coming out. These things are pretty thin. They may not have a huge amount of air in them. Everything that is may just be more surface air than anything else. We're already at 20 inches, and you can see not a huge amount coming out. In fact, I've got some sitting over here just soaking in the resin because I didn't have enough room in my pot, and you can see they're not even floating. So we'll see how they turn out. Okay, we're getting a lot of bubbles now, so we're going to turn the vacuum down. Make sure we don't overflow. If you can see way down there on the bottom, we've definitely got more bubbles coming out of the coffee beans now, which is a good thing. I wasn't getting good vacuum on those because they weren't totally submerged. We're at 27 roughly now, 28, somewhere in that range. Given the small amount of air in these, I don't think it's going to take a huge amount of resin to fill these guys up, which is a good thing. Open my vacuum all the way up again. And just let them blow bubbles. We're at 29 inches. Back off on this again. Okay, we're full vac again, and 29.5 inches. Bubbles look like they're receding. Definitely starting to recede. Not quite 30 inches yet. Down on the bottom, the coffee beans are bubbling away, but they're small. They're not fizzing like the top is. A lot less air trapped. I have to start keeping a bottle of Windex down here to get keep my lid clean. See lots of dust on it. Going good on both levels. Starting to see the surface of the resin again on top. Definitely see it way down there in the bottom. I'd hoped to put both those and these in, but they wouldn't fit in my pot. Just didn't have quite enough room for two containers in here side by side. That's okay. And there's the resin. We're at 30 inches now, so I'm going to shut off my valve, shut off my pump. Let these percolate on down a little bit more. I will tell you, stabilizing the coffee beans makes your shop smell good. Every time I pull the lid off this thing, because I've had those soaking in here for like 4 days now, every time I pull the lid off, coffee. That one little geyser of bubbles right there, that's where a hole is in my weight. Most of the bubbles are gone now. I'm going to lift the edge of my pot slightly, and you'll see some bubbles come off the side of my weight. Those are just ones that get trapped up under the weight. Since I'm using flat weights instead of round ones in a mesh material, that happens. When I tilt it, I just keep an eye on the side level to make sure I don't spill my resin all over the place. That's it. I'm going to leave these guys sitting under vacuum for the day. I might come back down here once or twice more and check on them, see how the bubbles are going. Tilt it and let any trap bubbles out. But I'll probably keep them under pressure until tomorrow. And then pull them out and throw them in the oven. Looks like almost all of the major bubbles are done. We'll see what happens.